Hello, my people. Today, I have two letters. One is Doom Devices and the letter of King Leopard 2. A letter written by King Leopard 2 to missionaries going to Congo. So why I want to read this letter is for those of you that want to die because of religion. Those of you brainwashed Christians and Muslims in Africa. I hope after going through with this speech, you will realize that religion was a weapon to make you poor. So, today I invite you to journey with me through the dark corridor of history, through the heart of colonial ambition and spiritual conquest. We reflect on two powerful documents that, although centuries apart, are tied by the same thread: the exploitation of human beings, cloaked in the language of divine mission and civilizing duty. Let's begin in the year 1452 with Pope Nicholas V, infamous Papa Bull, Doom Devices. In this degree, the Pope granted King Alphonsus V of Portugal the right to invade, capture, and subjugate non-Christian people. He gave divine license to reduce their persons to perpetual servitude. This document laid one of the early legal and moral foundation for the transatlantic slave trade, setting a precedent that Christian rulers could claim spiritual and political authority over entire population, simply because they were other, non-European, non-Christian, non-white. Fast forward more than 4 centuries to the year 1883, Belgium's King Leopard II penned a letter to Catholic missionaries banned for the Congo Free State. His so-called humanitarian project, the same humanitarian project they are doing today, started from the beginning. But this was not holy enterprise. Behind closed door, the king instructed the missionaries to only teach the gospel in a way that serves their interests. He wrote, "Your role is to facilitate the tasks of the administrators and industrialists. You must not elevate the natives. They must remain in a subordinate state. They must remain in a subordinate state." In short, religion was not to liberate, but to pacify and control. The gospel was twisted into a tool of empire, a means to suppress indigenous identity, a race culture, and extract labor and resources. My friends, these two documents represent the tragic intersection of religion, empire, and racism. The Doom Devices gave spiritual cover to slavery. Leopard later used faith to justify colonial brutality. Brutality that would claim millions of lives in Congo, all under the gaze of civilization. What is so striking, so disturbing, is how language meant to uplift the human spirit was weaponized to dehumanize. How faith meant to free the soul became a chain on the body and the mind. But we must not read this text as relics of the past. Their legacies ripple through the time. The structures of racial inequality, economic exploitation, and cultural suppression born in those areas still haunt us today in Africa. So what do we do with this history? We acknowledge it, we teach it, and above all, we challenge the system that continue to echo its injustice. True justice begins when we investigate the past, not to be trapped by it, but to be freed by understanding. Let us commit to a world where no one's identity is targeted, no culture is erased, and no faith is hijacked for power. So this letter was a letter written by King Leopard. So, for those of you misplaced priority Africans, I wrote a letter demanding $54 trillion from the United States government and the Europeans. None of you deemed the fit to share that letter. That letter is supposed to be trending in Africa. But because of your selfishness, you refuse to share that letter. You refuse to share. I don't know. How do you liberate? How do you enlighten others? When you come across of something important, you share. That is it. In African home today, you will see a picture of white pagan as Jesus Christ. Those pictures you are putting there as Jesus Christ, that is a white pagan, white gods. Those of you, in every African, in Catholic church, every church, you will see a white Jesus Christ, a white Virgin Mary. Those things are pagan. It's an idol. What you people are worshiping is an idol. I want you to read the book of Revelation, chapter 1, from 14 to 15. The book says, his head and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow. His eyes were like as a flames of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So stop being stupid. First, his name is Yeshua, and his feet are like unto fine brass, as if they were born in furnace. Does the European picture you people are worshiping in every African home looks like this description? The answer is no, which means Yeshua, Elijah, Jesus Christ is a black man. Every year, millions of Africans will spend all millions of money going to pilgrimage in Rome, in Mecca, in Israel, wasting our money that we are meant to build school, build infrastructure. They will not do anything. All they do is to go to pilgrimage. Those people cannot. Why can't those people in Mecca come to pilgrimage in Africa? Why can't those people in Rome, in Israel, come to Africa for pilgrimage? But because of your stupidity, every year, government will map out billions of naira, billions of dollars going for pilgrimage. This letter shows you that religion was used to impoverish you, and yet you don't want to wake up. When will Africa wake up from your slumber? Share this video to enlighten others and stop being stupid. Thank you.